I walked on snow that knew my name, afraid to speak, afraid of flame, a voice inside too loud to keep. I locked it in and fell asleep. But silence breaks beneath the ice, and truth won't bow a whisper twice. The girl I was is not who reign. She's burned the fear, she's left the chain. Let the wind rise, let the doubt fall. I won't vanish when they call. No more hiding, no more shame. I won't shrink beneath my name. Let the storm rise in my skin. This is how I now begin. What I feared was always me, and now I'm finally free. The world may stare, the world may say that light like mine should fade away, but frozen stars still learn to burn, and now it's fine, the cold will learn. No more hiding, no disguise. I am thunder in the skies. I won't bend to quiet rules. I was never made for fools. I will stand, I will be seen, and rule my own unbroken queen. Up above the trees and time, where no one dares to dream or climb, I've watched the world in silent grace through painted skies I cannot chase. They say I'm safe behind these stones, but safety turns to aching bones. A voice within begins to flare, a golden thread, a whispered dare. The light inside my hair still grows, even when the cold wind blows. Not just magic, not just you, it's every dream I never knew. One day someone might appear, but still, the light was always here. I braid the dawn into my strands. I sing to stars with open hands. The wind replies in gentle tune that freedom lives beyond the moon. The light inside my hair won't fade, though towers rise and dreams are frayed. It glows for hope, it glows for me, a silent vow the world will see. And when the sky alone starlit skies, the curtain parts, music sparks 1,000 hearts, silk and silver spin the floor, but my steps were made for more. They don't know the fire I hide, grace and thunder side by side. Tonight I'm not the girl who fades, I'm the storm, the night parade. Let the chandeliers ignite, let the violins take flight. I am more than what I seem, not a dreamer, but the dream. Let them watch, let them name, I'm the waltz, I'm the flame. Every swirl a choice I claim, every breath a whispered name. He may see or he may not, but I burn in every spot. Let the shadows dance away, let the echoes rise and play. This is not a tale of shame, it's the moment I became. No more waiting, no more tame, I am here. I'm the Let the chandeliers ignite, let the violins take flight. I am more than what I seem, not a dreamer, but the dream. Let them watch, let them name, I'm the waltz, I'm the flame. Barefoot on the marble road, dreams behind a golden door, stars above, they softly call, but no one knows me here at all. Laces tied in borrowed grace, I wore a smile that wasn't mine. And the moonlight knew my name. When the world forgot I came, I was only glass and thread, but I danced like I'd been led. No crown, no voice to claim, but the moonlight knew my He held my hand like something rare, but dawn was hiding down the stair. I left behind a whispered trace, one slipper and a fading grace. But the moonlight knew my name. Through the silence, through the shame, though I vanish with the rain, it remembers just the same. And when all the lights feel the moonlight knows my velvet stairs and chandeliers, eyes that shine like secret tears. Every step a silent vow. No one knows who I am now. Crimson gowns and golden halls, violing through marbled walls. He sees me through the swirling light, but I must leave before midnight. Before the clock strikes, I belong in this place of dance and song. Like a flame the stars forget, for one breath I won't regret. Hold me close, don't ask my name, just remember how I came. And when the bell tolls through the night, I will vanish with the light. moved like dawn across the room and lit my world with borrowed bloom. One glance, one chance, one glassy spell that time itself refused to tell. Before the clock strikes, let me shine, not as yours but briefly mine. This is not a fairy lie, just a truth that dares to fly. Catch the echo, catch the flame, but you'll never catch my name. For when the chimes rising to flight, I'll be gone, but I was right. I walked on snow that knew my name, afraid to speak, afraid of flame, a voice inside too loud to keep. I locked it in and fell asleep. But silence breaks beneath the eyes, and truth won't bow a whisper twice. The girl I was is not who reigned. She's burned the fear, she's left the chain. Let the wind rise, let the doubt fall. I won't vanish when they call. No more hiding, no more shame. I won't shrink beneath my name. Let the storm rise in my skin. This is how I now begin. What I feared was always me, and now I'm finally free. The world may stare, the world may say that light like mine should fade away, but frozen stars still learn to burn, and now it's fine, the cold will learn. No more hiding, no disguise. I am thunder in the skies. I won't bend to quiet rules. I was never made for fools. I will stand, I will be seen, and rule my own unbroken No one knew her name that night, but the room grew warm with light. Every glance she didn't take set 1,000 hearts awake. She wore silence like a crown, eyes cast low, yet stars bowed down. Not a true love of flame, but still the music knew her name. She carried the light where the shadow dark her name. One by one the masks turned true. In the light she simply grew. She didn't need to stay or fight. She simply carried the light. She moved like wind through painted gold, a lullaby the night retold. One smile, no words, no trace, but something shifted in that place. She carried the light through the halls of stone, touched a world that danced alone, left no footprints, left no scar, but every soul knew who you are. You don't forget what feels so right. The girl who carried the light. Dust on marble finds through glass. Time forgot the halls that passed, but in the hush a thread remained, a breath, a name, a silent flame. She woke where no one dared to dream, where echoes walked like phantom queens, a crown of sleep, a voice of gold, still whispered stories never told. When the castle breathed again, she rose like wind through ancient rain. Not a ghost, but something true, a vow the stars still listen to. Stone by stone the past will bend when the castle breathes again. She touched the wall with gentle grace. The ivy parted like a face, and down the halls the candles lit, as if the night had waited it. When the castle breathed again, the silence sang, the clocks began. She did not shout, she did not cry, but every step awoke the sky, and in her eyes they saw the end, and the start breathe again. couldn't see. Made of silence, made of sea. I walk through rooms of painted glass, smiling soft, afraid to ask. The chandeliers began to burn. A music played I thought I'd unlearn. And in the mirror's fragile light, I saw a girl begin to rise. That's when I remembered the sky, the way the stars would never lie, the way my name once used to shine before I gave it to the night. No prince, no spell, no rescue cry, just me remembering the sky. I danced alone, and yet not quite. The air around me turned to flight. Each step a thread I took back home. No longer glass, no longer stone. That's when I remembered the sky. Not for others not to try, but for the girl I used to be, whose heart still held the golden key. The music swelled, the world grew wide, and I became the sky. They feared the storm behind my name, said I was frost, a heart untamed. But snow was never meant to wound, it's just the way I held my truth. I built a world where winds obeyed, where silence bloomed and stayed. But even ice begins to break when love is strong enough to quake. I am crowned by snow, not chains, by quiet storms and silver veins. Not broken, not too much to hold. I am the winter, fierce and bold. I freeze to feel, I shine to show. This is my throne. I'm crowned by snow. They call me distant, cold, alone, but never saw the roots I'd grown. Each flake a choice, each wind a thread that wove me back from words unsaid. I am crowned by snow, not shame, by strength that doesn't seek acclaim. No longer hiding from the flame. The frost and fire are Silken shadows, scent of rose. The ballroom hums, the candle glows. Behind a mask I hide my name, but in your eyes I see the flame. The music calls, the floor unwinds. 1,000 turns, 1,000 minds, but only you can feel me near. The one who sees what's truly here. Caught with me before it ends, before the spell begins to bend. No questions asked, no vows to claim, just the moment and the flame. I am yours, though not for long, like a line inside a song. When the night forgets our names, remember me by the flame. A hush between the violins, a breath before the dream rescinds. I step away, the clock insists, but still your warmth remains in this. Dance with me through fleeting time, past the reason, past the rhyme. Though we part before we know, let the fire gently glow. Not a fairy tale to tame, but the truth behind the flame. If you search through ash or rain, you will find me Petals knew when we had stayed far too long in dreams we made. The sky had turned from dusk to day, and morning whispered, find your way. No more ghosts and silver mist, no more waiting to be kissed. You held my hand, I touched your light, and day began to feel so right. And then we walked past the bloom, past the stars and sleeping moon. You held my hand, I touched your light, and day began to feel so right. And then we walked past the bloom, past the stars and sleeping moon. No more spells, no more disguise, just your heart and open skies. The garden bowed, the wind grew still. We walked away, the love stayed real. We left no footprints on the grass, but still it knew that we had passed. The gate closed soft behind the trail, but in our hearts the light won't pale. And then we walked into the day, where real life finds a kinder way. Not a crown, not glass or throne, just someone who feels like home. And though the tale fades into air, we are the truth. once lived there. And then we walked past the bloom, past the stars and sleeping moon. No more spells, no more disguise, just your heart and open skies. The garden bowed, the wind grew still. We walked away, we walked away. But love stayed real. We loved, that one stayed real. Awake when all the lights are low, where secrets bloom and shadows grow. The world asleep, the stars in bloom, and I become the quiet tune. They fear the dark, I call it mine, a silver thread in woven time. I do not ask for sunlit days, I find my strength in softer ways. Thank the daughter of the moon, not too late, not too soon. I rise when others fade from sight, a song composed in velvet night. You won't see me in the sun, but in the hush I've just begun. I walk where candle lights give way, where whispers bloom and shadows grow. The world asleep, the stars in bloom, and I become the quiet tune. They fear the dark, they fear the darker moon. Not too late, not too soon. I do not ask for sunlit days, I find my strength in softer ways. I'm the daughter of the moon, not too late, not too late, not too soon. I rise when others fade from sight, I find my strength. I'm the daughter of the moon, not too late, not too late, not too soon. I rise when others fade from sight, I find my strength in softer ways. You won't see me in the sun, but in the hush I've just begun. I'm the daughter of the moon, not too late, not too soon. I rise when others fade from sight, a song composed in velvet night. You won't see me in the sun, but in the hush I've just begun. I walk where candle lights give way, where whispers learn to softly stay. No crown of gold upon my hair, just constellations everywhere. And when you won't see me in the sun, but in the hush, I've just begun. where time forgot to move, where whispers wrapped around the truth. Seasons passed, the sky stood still, but I believed and always will. Then one dusk I heard the sound of silent steps across the ground, through the vines and petals pale, a voice I knew without a name. He found the garden, crossed the rain, brought my name through time and flame. Eyes that held the sky and sea said you waited still for me. Not a word the world could hear, but I knew he's standing here. He touched the rose that knew my hand, and all the stars began to lend. The gate that once had locked behind opened soft with breath and light. He found the garden past the clock, past the that time forgot. I don't need a crown or throne, I just needed to be known. And in his arms the world stood wide. In this garden he's by my I hid behind the velvet wall, afraid they'd see me if I fall. I smile too soft, I walk too slow, afraid to let my true light show. I saw you in the silent glass, a flicker lost beneath the past. But even then I saw the spark, a star still breathing in the dark. I spoke to the girl I was, held her hands through time, because every tear she ever knew carved the path that led me through. She was scared, but she was brave, and I was born from what she gave. I dreamed of wings but feared the fall, so I stayed small inside it all. I wished on stars I couldn't name, but thought that none would ever flame. You whispered hope in quiet ways, your voice lit up the longest days. You didn't fail, you was always me. If the moon could hear me now, would she blink behind a cloud? Would she whisper to the stars all the questions in my heart? I stood alone in halls of glass, where echoes sing of what won't last. And every dream I used to keep now floats beyond the reach of sleep. If the moon could hear me now, would she blink across the sky? Would she gather every tear I've left behind in silent years? I don't need the world to see, just the moon to carry me. My crown was carved in quiet pain, each jewel a name I can't explain. But in the hush I speak it still. I wish the wind may someday fizz. If the moon could hear me pray, would she chase the dark away? Not with fire, not with flame, but with the courage to remain. So if I fade into the sea, let the moon remember me. Moonlit silk upon the floor, shadows shimmer, hearts adore. I glide without a single fear. Your whisper lingers when I'm near. Eyes that meet across the haze, soft as touching candle blaze. Footsteps echo in the night, leading me into your light. In this silver silhouette, I will dance beyond regret, where the night and dreams align. I belong in this design. Let the music hold me tight. Let me bloom within the light, dancing free in your embrace, lost within this magic space. Crimson petals dance below, glistening soft in lantern glow. I breathe the spell that time could weave, found the wish I dared but to bright ballet. Let the night unfold the rose, let its secrets softly close. Here within your arms I'll find this dream I hold in moonlit mind. He turned, I felt the music played. No words were needed, none were made. The room dissolved, the night stood still, and time bent softly to our will.
I knew the rules, I knew the hour, but hearts don't bloom beneath a flower. We danced like stars that feared the dawn, and blinked, and just like that, we're gone.
This was our stolen waltz, a breath, a spark, a hidden fault. One touch before the world resumed a dawn, and blinked, and just like that, we're gone. This was our stolen waltz, a breath, a spark, a hidden fault. One touch before the world resumed, a hush before the bell consumed. No promise made, no tale to write, just shadows spun in candlelight. And when the silence claimed the hall, we vanished after all.
He reached as if to hold me fast, but magic's not a thing to grasp.
I left no name, no glass, no trace, just warmth that lingered in his face. This was our stolen waltz, unwritten fate, unlocked by pulse. Not love, not lost, just something near, too perfect, too unclear. And if he dreams beneath the moon, he'll feel the waltz that ended soon. The hall is gold, the glass is clean, but ghosts still whispered in between. The walls once sang a lullaby, now echo with a deeper cry. My name was lost but not erased. The stars have traced it back in grace, and every step along the stone reminds the throne I'm not alone. Silk and shadow, fear and flame, I am both the sword and name, and name. The crown remembers who I was before the hush, before the buzz. Not just a girl behind a veil, but thunder wrapped in silver tail. I do not bow, I do not flee. The crown has found its queen in me. They said the tale was too far gone, but stories wait and hearts live on. The rose still blooms where time has fled, a chapter closed but never dead. but not erased. The stars have traced it back in grace, and every step along the stone reminds the throne. I'm not alone, our name was lost but not erased. The stone was always me, me. That crown remembers clear and flame. I am both the sword and name. I'm not the hush before the pause. I'm not alone, the flame. The crown remembers who I was before the hush, before the name and the name. Silk and shadow, fear and flame. I am both the sword and name. The crown remembers who I was before the hush, before the pause. Not just a girl behind the veil, but thunder wrapped in silver tail. I do not bow, I do not flee. The crown is found its queen in me. The crown remembers who I was before the hush, before the pause. Not just a girl behind the veil, or thunder wrapped in silver tail. I do not bow, I do not flee. The crown has found its queen in me. In me. They said the woods are not for you. Too wild, too deep, too dark to move. But silence called me soft and low, and in I stepped alone. Below, no map to guide, no hand to hold. Just ancient trees and whispers cold. But every root beneath my feet learned how to rise and not retreat. The forest chose me, not the crown, not the throne nor royal gown. He knew my name beneath my feet, that held my fears, it let me breathe. And though the path was rough and free, it bloomed because of me. The brambles bowed, the owl stood still. The stars leaned close upon the hill. And somewhere deep in moss and pine, I stopped surviving, started to shine. The forest chose me, wild and wise, not for looks or lullabies, but for the fire I'd yet to see, for who I was and who I'd be. So if you ask what saved the queen, it was the in-between. The forest chose me, wild and wise, not for looks or lullabies, but for the fire I'd yet to see, for who I was and who I'd be. So if you ask what saved the queen, it was the in-between. Voices whispered ancient things, soft as breath from fairy wings. Every step the moonlight knew, every dream I wandered through. Close your eyes and feel the light, where no shadow steals the night. Past the gate, past ticking time, magic lives beyond the chime. In the garden gently locked, waits the girl the world forgot. To stay, I just dance and drift away. Even if no soul can see, this soft world remembers me. Close your eyes, you'll hear the song where forgotten hearts belong. Not in crowns or fading fame, but in flowers without name. In the hush where hours stop, lies the garden past the clock. The wind stood still, the stars leaned near, as if the world held back its fear. Before me stood the gate of light, the door between the wrong and right. Behind a kingdom carved from pain, of golden masks and silver chains. Ahead, a sky I've never known, but something in me called it home. The gate of light, it sings my name, not loud but deep, like morning flame. I wasn't made to demonstrate, I was born to walk away. So let them whisper, let them cry, I choose to rise, to try. My hands still shake, my heart still mourns, but through the fear, a truth is born. It's not the crown that makes me strong, but walking toward where I belong. The gate of light, it sings my name, not loud but deep, like morning flame. I wasn't made to demonstrate, I was born to walk away. So let them whisper, let them cry, I choose to rise, to try. My hands still shake, my heart still mourns, but through the fear, a truth is born. It's not the crown that makes me strong, but walking toward where I belong. I step through fire, I step through flight, and I become the light. light, it sings my name, not loud but deep, like morning flame. I wasn't made to demonstrate, I was born to walk away. So let them whisper, let them cry, I choose to rise, to try.
My hands still shake, my heart still mourns, but through the fear, a truth is born. It's not the crown that makes me strong, but walking toward where I belong. And I become the light, the light, the light. Okay.
The gate of light waits for me, a world untold, wild and free. I walked alone for far too long, wrapped in silence, hiding song. But through the frost a voice rang clear, we never meant to close our ears. The walls we built have turned to snow, and in the light new flowers grow. I see their eyes not filled with fear, but something warm I've longed to hear. The walls we built have turned to snow, and in the light new flowers grow. I see their eyes not filled with fear, but something warm I've longed to hear. They see me now, not just the ice, not just the storm behind my eyes. They see the girl, the fire, the flame, the heart that never played their game. I'm not alone, I'm not unknown. They see me, and I've come home. The children laugh where snowflakes land, no longer scared to touch my hand. And in their joy I start to mend what once was cold can glow again. They see me now, they say my name, not with fear but pride and flame. I don't have to hide the skies, I was made of storm and rise. So let the seasons spin and roam, I am still the heart of home. Curtains part and there I glide, with moonlight sown along my stride. The music swells like whisper fate, and time begins to hesitate. Eyes are drawn like tides to shore, but none have seen my face before. I move like echoes wrapped in gold, a story no one's ever told. Under this veil of starlight, I am more than day or night. Not a name, not a crown, just a spark the world can't drown. Hold this moment soft and bright, I may fade before first light, but tonight I burn so true, dancing here right next to you. Glass beneath
truth remains behind my eyes. Under this veil of starlight, no one asked if wrong or right. I am shadow, I am flame, not a soul who seeks a name. Let me shine and let me leave, with no promise to deceive. Just remember how I flew when the stars belong to you.
Step like snow on midnight floors, silhouettes behind tall doors, all around the golden glow, but only I remember so. There was a voice beneath the sky, soft as wind and hard to find. He said, when stars begin to fall, you'll hear my heart before the call. Where the moon once promised dreams, I still walk through silent beams, not for crowns or polished grace, but for a truth I cannot chase. Through the walls and whispered lights, I search for what once felt so right. Where the moon once promised dreams, velvet masks and crystal sound, but none like him are dancing now. Every smile a drifting cloud, still I stay beneath the shroud. Where the moon once promised true, I keep moving just in view. If he's near, he'll know my face, not my name, but my embrace. And when the echoes lose their flame, I'll still be there. Where the moon once spoke my name. Can you hear me through the pine, where no one dares to cross the line? I hum and fog, I sleep in moss, a secret kept, a path once lost. I dance where light forgets to fall, my shadow stitched along the wall. I am the hush before the howl, the echo soft, and night's own vowels. I'm the whisper in the
you didn't know you missed. Not evil, not divine, just something left between the lines. Touch the leaves and you'll find me, soft as sorrow, wild and free. I watch the stars behind the trees. I sang to roots, I called the breeze. I never asked to be alone, but silence grew inside my bones. I dance where light forgets to fall, my shadow stitched along the wall. My shadow stitched along the wall. My shadow stitched along the wall. I'm the whisper in the mist, the breath you didn't know you missed. Not evil, not divine, just something left between the lines. Touch the leaves and you'll find me, soft the leaves and you'll